very influential voice of the media. I mean, the microphone. I'm talking about Antonin Abraham Garson Weir. He's here with me, and today we're going to fight in the studio here, guys. We'll see what happened, but I brought him here because he has a unique perspective of the issues that happen in our daily life. And I'm not sure if he has served as a guest before, but I think he has. I know people would like to talk to him, but today I brought him to be on the other side. I'm on the other side. He on the other side. He not asking questions today. I will be asking questions. So, Abraham, you are most welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Jerry. The
Yeah.
first time, at least.
I think you can lift for the arm. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Accept that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. You getting me now?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I get that.
Yeah. Okay. Now I got you.
better,
Okay.
yeah.
Fine.
All right, Mr.
Yeah.
Guru, and of course, I'm very happy being here today. And it's the first time we are interfacing like this.
Yeah.
And, with the session of just following up on activities, especially for your
Absolutely.
activities on the Spoon Network.
Yes, absolutely.
And of course, propounding those issues
Yeah.
when Liberians' hopes have been dashed.
Yeah.
And listening to a person like you, it make them to think that there's day or tomorrow to believe in. There's day or tomorrow to plan on.
You see, he just beginning so quick like that. Actually, we're in trouble today. But yeah,
So
we'll
it's
try our
good, yeah. And thanks for
best.
this investment.
Yeah.
And it's a timely investment, especially. We've come from war, especially come from a toxic political period.
Yes,
When
yes.
indeed the media landscape is all our people depend on now. And you can see that many of our people who used to sit back and say politics is their thing, they are now heavily involved into politics.
Absolutely,
You go to the business
absolutely.
centers, our mothers,
Yes.
they are on their smartphones and things, watching
Everybody
what's happening.
engaged
Everyone
these
is
days.
engaged with politics now. And that's
Yeah,
good for us.
yeah.
And I believe if we had been at this level, the April 12, 1980, and all of those things, then it would have, yes, but it would have been minimized because of people who have gone to it with some level
Absolutely.
of education.
Yes,
They would have
absolutely.
known exactly what they're going
Yeah.
into.
So, Ebi,
Thanks for the space.
you wear too many caps. You are a lawyer, you are a talk show host, you are a journalist. Which one is heavier?
The heavier one there, currently as we speak, is the law. And, the law is very big. And in
You
fact,
got to study it and
you got to study and study and study. And besides that,
After school, then you study again. That's the thing about law.
That's the whole thing. And the thing about law is, in fact, what drove me into law is that it's the mother of all advocacy
Yes.
network.
Yes.
It's the mother of
absolutely.
all advocacy network.
Yes,
So when
yes.
I knew that I'm sitting on the radio all of the time advocating, like you and myself will sit, people
Yes.
say, oh, they already doing it to me, AB, please talk for us, please talk for us. So it's about lawyers representing people. So I just thought that instead of just sitting on the radio, talking for you, I think I could go beyond.
I should be able to intercede at some point
Intercede and
if it
enter
doesn't
into the
have to do with
courtroom.
radio. Yes.
So that's what I decided to go into law. In fact, it was His Honor, former Associate Justice Kabina Jane, who at one point in time sat on my interview at Truth FM, and he called me and said, "Hey, why would you not want to go do law? Your analysis and things are very strong. I think you have some great sense of reasoning. And of course, law is always about reasoning.
Yes, it
Why
is.
can't you
It
venture
is.
into law?"
It
And
is.
I took advantage of it. In fact, he did my letter of recommendation. Yeah, and I just believe that it's suitable.
It was good you did law. I mean, as media people, when you do law, at least you have an idea
Yeah.
of what is libelous, what is slanderous,
Certainly,
and
certainly.
all of that. You guide yourself
Certainly,
against that.
certainly.
But look, a lot of people may not know. Are you a family man? You get wife,
Oh,
you get
yes.
children.
Oh,
Tell us a
yes.
little bit about that. Let the people
Well,
know you. Some people just think that Ebi
sometimes-
just one single man. He got no problem. So
I
he
have a
like-
family, and I'm nearing marriage, and I was able to tell the chief. And,
Okay. Okay.
Our own boss.
Yes.
About it, and of course the plans are underway. But family man, especially I have a house in my own house, though it's not
Great,
completed
great,
yet.
great.
But I'm in my own house, and I think I have family living with me, and I'm responsible for. And I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. You got some
quite
kids.
okay. Yeah, and of course 3 kids. Yeah, and the little one here is just 2+.
Okay,
Yeah, they
that's-
call her
that's-
baby,
that's-
baby. Yeah,
you've been
And
working
she's
hard,
doing
you know.
Oh, very hard. You know, for the bastard
You are your
background,
father's son.
We also.
You are your father's
Don't be saying
son.
this, certainly. Like fatherless son, eh? Okay. I take that.
Look, Ebi, are you enjoying the talk show thing?
Oh yes, certainly. What
I mean,
it
people
does.
curse you. People do. Why you can't leave this thing yourself, man?
No, leaving it will be a difficult thing for me. In fact, if I'm leaving the talk
It's like
show,
it's in your blood now. Eh?
it's in my blood. And one thing I enjoy doing the most out of passion, because when you're doing something out of passion, it doesn't
Right.
matter about whether you get any reward,
Correct.
personal benefit. You know, passion goes with selflessness. That's why they say love is passion.
Right.
The reason they say love is passion because if you are passionate about love,
You don't
somebody
care about
will tell,
yourself.
yeah, you don't care. People will say, but why you behind that man for? He ain't doing nothing for you. Why you behind that woman? She's
Is it
doing
not your
anything. He said, not your business. That passion.
So when they say, "Hey, why you doing that radio?"
Why you doing
station?
it? I said, well, I'm business. The passion. I just love the fact that I am interacting with the people. I am interacting with the people,
Providing
and
valuable information.
valuable information, and I think I'm interceding for them. And the feedbacks are coming on a daily basis.
Are they listening to you?
Sometimes they certainly listen, and sometimes you never know this. You know, like you and myself sitting in studio here, you just imagine people out there. But if I step out of the studio, especially going to the code rooms, some of them will say, "Oh, that God sent this." You know,
Yes,
people call you on the
yes.
side, they want to take pictures with you. So even if you are not getting salary, for that layman who saw you in the street and taking picture,
Yes.
and of course very excited seeing you,
Yes.
you want to find yourself back into the studio the next day
Absolutely.
to go and start
This
laughing
is-
because that person heavily depends on
we
you.
enjoy this thing.
So
I
that's
don't know
the
how we
issue.
get out of this journey here.
And our families
I try-
can suffer a lot. Sometimes people say, "Oh,
We don't
you
have-
guys, you see," and there's a thin line between fame and fortune.
Yes, exactly.
We want to get a fame, but we don't have the fortune.
No, we don't. We don't have all the money that people think about.
They won't take it about.
But you know, the people are amazed that we even get stuck to this thing.
Yeah.
But they not get money. Though where the inside for? But the pleasure of providing and educating people about prevailing circumstances, I
Yeah.
think it's part of the whole game here.
It helps a lot. In fact, it connects you to the broader society. The people at the top depend on you. The people in the middle depend on you. The people at the bottom, everyone else. So you are like sitting at a place where everyone else depending on you for survival.
Who
people
gave you evil eye most?
Hey, the people who gave me evil are the most are the people at the top and in power. They never want you to talk about them. They never want you to look behind them. For everything that comes from your mouth, they wanted to be in favor of them.
But guess what, AB? They will call you secretly.
Yeah.
And-
Certainly. And that is where integrity comes in.
Yes.
And that is where you find the balance. You see, Mr. Jerry, you and myself, our society is inclined to knowing the level of work that we do on a daily basis. The moment my tune is changing,
Yes.
the people down there will know that
They would know.
something is
They
wrong
would
with
know.
Amy.
They
So
would
even
know.
if you are at the top,
Something affecting
yeah,
you
something
somewhere.
affecting. There's an effect. Something there's a
Yes.
change. Some kind of effect is taking place. So if you called me at the top, I am left between the scissors. Who do I decide for? For you who are the top, who of course in minority, or the people at the bottom
And you can dump me
who are in
anytime?
majority.
Yes,
So
that's
I had that decision to make. So that look at you, you're already at the top, but you know you are in minority, and you occupy a permanent position, and the people at the bottom they occupy. In fact, your own lifestyle or the position you occupy is temporary.
Exactly.
It's temporary.
Exactly.
The people at the
you
bottom
can be removed anytime.
Very good. So the people at the bottom, they are in a permanent state. I will always meet them there.
I like the way you put it. You
Yeah.
know? They are in a permanent
state. You will always meet
Yeah.
them there. You will always meet
That's
them
what
there.
they say when you are climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Don't
There are
forget.
people you are passing
Yeah.
by. Because when you're ready to fall, you meet them. while
Oh
on your
yes,
way
you will
down
meet them
falling.
there because they are in a permanent position all the time. In fact, you yourself that there, you will also come down to that permanent state.
Exactly.
Though you are up today, but you will come down. You will walk with them. You will see them in the streets. So for whom do you really side? So some of us will look at it when the morning come or whatever it is that come for people to tell us to side. So what I most often do, so Jerry, I will not say that I can't want to listen to them, but the most
Right.
often when they come like that, talk to me, I say the best thing you can do, I just want for you to have a change in behavior. I need nothing from you, but I just want a change in behavior.
Does it make you laugh that the people who condemn you at the top, then in the night they call you? Maybe I remember somebody who really used to hit me, call me for a dinner. I'm like, I'm going to eat this guy food, God. That man doesn't like me. I'm going to eat this guy food. It's just so deceiving.
So that's where you know that they are not worth falling for.
They're not worth falling
They're not
for.
consistent in
No,
their thoughts.
no.
They have nothing they believe in. They can be swayed away any given point in time. And for every time they are bringing you to the compromise table, they want you to be like them, to lose the respect they have lost. Because for every time you are placed up there as an honorable person, you owe it to the people who have placed you up there. You want them to respect you all of the time.
Correct, yes.
Any change in behavior, it makes you to lose the kind of respect. Now, they will haul you down to go with them. And once you are wanting and dining with them, and for the mere fact that the people no longer believe in such person, they will now blend you and the person.
Yeah,
so you no
exactly.
longer have that integrity and whatever it is.
They go and they go with your
They ruin everything about you. And one thing about ruining your reputation is for you to restore yourself, it is very, very difficult. What people know about you.
You think about that every day?
I think about it every day. In fact, before I step into some things, before I change some behaviors and things, that's what I see people flip-flopping all over the place. I've always told people, I said, I'd always loved George Weah from day one. In fact, 2005, when Musa Bidete was establishing a station, and there were attempts made by Malcolm Joseph to have recruited some staff from Kings FM at the time. Because he was doing the recruitment, he and others were doing the recruitment. Moses Sonkari and the rest of the other guys. But
Andrews Mann was the first.
Very good, the first, So the fact of the matter is that a friend of mine who's in the States now, Eric Ziga, and he came there one morning, we came to do the Kim Sunrise. There's nothing we're getting at the time. And then he said, oh, AB, the recruiting people, I want for us to go. I said, no, man, I'm not leaving. I believe George Weah will win this election. And when he wins, I will be one of the best sports reporter because he comes from a sports background. So that's how I left. And of course, with George Weah station. So George Weah didn't win. But of course, 2007, I left Kings FM and joined Truth FM. But joining Truth FM, I still had this Weah love and so forth here and there. It was until 2014 when Mamadi Diakite was taken off the radio by Musa Hassan Bidete because of this disagreement between him. Because he was supporting George Weah and Diakite was supporting Robert Salih.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so when I was caught up to political commentary, that was when I left sports and came on. And it was all like God transition.
Awkward. I started from Sport too. I started with Sports Chronicle. But you know, sports reporters are some of the best reporters.
Oh, yes.
We have a better perspective. We have a description of things. They're not a political reporters. And that's what makes sport reporters very sharp. I'm not no condemnation to political reporters. I want to. Something was on my mind, and you don't have to dwell on it a lot. You were invited by LBS once.
Okay.
And the managing director said he canceled the show. What happened?
You don't
have to go deep into it, but I'm just curious because people like you, when you are invited, they should be able to listen to you as a political.
And it was just like one of those occasions. In fact, I'm home, and then I received this call from Hassan Kiawu.
Yeah, like I call you.
Yeah, very good. Okay, like you've called me. Okay. Hassan Kiawu, he said, look, Abi, I'm calling together journalists for to strike some balance on the nation, the state of the nation. And there. Though I was a little bit hesitant. Because the first invitation that was ever put forth to me when this government took over was when the information minister and Geraldine Pierre was making his first appearance on ELBC.
Yes.
So Kelvin Demi had called me and said, look, your man say you want for us to go, for us to interview. I said, no, man, I have an opinion against this government already. I don't want to do a peer leg.
And you don't want to go in
I don't want to. I don't want for them to think that I'm asking questions based on my opinions I've always had. So I don't want to find myself with that. The next invitation was for me to sit with information ministry guys on Julius Jess show. I always avoided these kind of things. So when Hassan Kiawu
that's
plays
a good instinct, though.
Yeah, I never want to see it look like confrontational. Yeah. So I always avoided that. So when Hassan Kiawu called me and said, look, I'm calling together like my journalists for us to just have an independent perspective of what really unfolding here and there. I said, okay. I was a little bit hesitant. I wouldn't have gone anyway. I wouldn't have. Actually, I was a mate.
At least I thought you were not coming, but you came. So they were thinking you were going to go, but you were not going to go.
I wouldn't have gone anyway. But again, when he placed the call to me, I said, yes, okay, I will come. Then, fortunately for me, because he has a fortunate denier. I say fortunately for me. And I heard this call.
And like they said, the old lady already want crap.
Yeah, there you can go.
There you go. Snap the doing the old lady's face. That's what
Hassan Kiawu, like you did, put up the flyer and said, look, Abraham Gosden will be coming here. And that was when I heard people from LBS, I have friends there too.
Yes.
They said, oh, in our chat room, the DJ say, Hassan Kiawu call, he said, man, let him call Abraham. They have their own beef there already.
Yeah, they do.
And then the AB William comes in.
They do.
So Eugene Fagon, who knows me too well, and he should respect me. I remember on an occasion, like you were saying, I remember it's on the CDC administration. I'm at Freedom FM.
Yes.
And this thing about the road network issues here and there. Yes. And I started to blast at the former Public West Minister, Ruth Coker Collins.
Yes.
So I blasted until Eugene Fagon, in his capacity as Deputy for Public Affairs, he had called me at Information Ministry. He said, man, Your pastor sister say, why you just talking about all over the place like this?
He want to go between.
Yeah, so he had called me to have that conversation with me. I said, Eugene, it's not about what, but this government, we all supported this government. The issue about road network here and there, when these things are coming
should
up,
be serious when
fair
you
out
want
of
to
us.
find
Yeah,
yourself
they're
in
fair
this
out of us.
conversation.
So he said, okay, you know what I want for you to go and meet with the lady? I said, no, I don't want to meet with her. All I want for her to do, let her do her job. He said, okay, I will call you, I will go and talk with her. Can we go and meet? I said, no, I don't want for her to appear like I'm saying it because I want to meet with her. I am saying it because I want for her to do her job.
Yes.
And I turned down the opportunity of meeting Ruth Coco Collins. And we became best. And whatever it is, asking, I turned down that.
No,
I
people
told you I
will
never
not
needed
know.
anything.
People will not know you hold the kind of opinion.
They don't even know.
The thing you one of the case up. I heard people say, "Oh, that man. Don't matter me. You want money."
Oh, God,
And I just, they said that about me before too.
Yeah,
So I
very
just
good.
hold my
So you
hand.
know.
And, okay, these guys not ready. Okay, let's make a transition. Let's forget about Eugene.
Yeah.
Eugene and myself from the same church, ACFI.
Ah, okay,
Bishop
great.
Kofi.
All right, brilliant.
But we're not too friendly.
I know.
We got different
But political perspective. I don't know why they take this thing to be enemy shape. I don't know.
But that's the problem.
I don't know.
Liberians not used to disagree and still be friends.
Still be friends. No.
When you disagree, you must slaughter somebody. I mean,
That's the point.
That I'm not that kind of person.
And that's the difference between the CDC on We Are administration and that. Because I remembered when we are ever used to, I was one of those persons, I remember a few other guys, we used to frown at Smith Tobe, Solo Kebe, and say, why is it when we are saying you want me with journalists, you're calling these critical guys, they are coming here and there. We are saying no. Yeah. We are will tell you squarely. We are saying no, you allow all of them to come. Even the critical voices, let all of them come. And they will enter that very Jamaica resort. And they will say, oh, all kinds of things going on there. Everybody will sit there. We will say, Smith, I told you, call all of them there. Let them come. Let us all sit there and ask questions. That was we are for you. He had no difference about journalists that were close to the CDC or so forth. Here and there.
Exactly.
That's why you saw that, in fact, there were guys who used to laugh at us. They would tell you, in fact, the opposition guys used to laugh at us. They say, oh, you've been sitting there, you know what me where we are. You look at Costa meeting where we are. Look at the other people meeting where we are. Because people like us who were pushing the agenda of the government were not being seen as getting close to the power that be
Correct.
at the time.
Yes,
So
yes.
it was just
Yeah, it's a normal thing. The guys who think they are tough, the principal will want to bring you closer, to soften. So we will gang up on you. I got my man. He got some questions.
Yeah,
He'll be
no
asking the
problem.
question.
So there is this perspective that I want you to provide a little clarity on. People have always had these feelings that you as a journalist, when you hear you discussing on political matters, giving your opinion and perspectives on political issues, if they have this name, when you're not siding with them,
Yeah.
you're a political journalist. So as a journalist, I want you to make this clear. Isn't that necessary that journalists give their opinions on political matters as it unfolds?
no. You see, that's why you see every institution have their editorials. Those
Yes.
editorials are driven by opinions.
Exactly. Commentaries.
Commentaries, the opinions. So journalists will always have that.
Yeah.
And those opinions are
we are
driven
part
by
of
the
the
events
society,
of the day. We are
right?
part of the society. So it doesn't matter what it is. That's why it becomes my opinion. You see at the level of the Supreme Court, you know why they call the decision their opinion? Because it can be
Supreme Court
questioned.
opinion. Yes.
It can be questioned. That's why they call it opinion. Any decision that comes from the lower courts
That's
or whatever it
interesting.
is.
That's interesting
Yeah.
information.
That's why they call it opinion. You can challenge it. That's the final thing. That's what the men believe in.
They are entitled to it.
That's what the Supreme Court believes. It's the law. You can't challenge it. The only area you can go challenge it are to God. When they say, when the Supreme Court speaks, they speak. Generally, lawyers will just come and say what they want to say. But when magistrates speak, you can challenge them, take them on appeal to the circuit court. When the circuit court judges speak, we'll call them just judgment
So they
rulings.
call this magistrate decision.
Yeah, they just
or
call them the ruling. They're just rulings. In
or-
fact,
yeah.
those magistrates and those judges, those circuit court judges, we'll call them just rulings. But at the level of the Supreme Court, you don't call it ruling, you call it opinion of the Supreme Court. So if I have my opinion, the only right you have is to your own opinion. You can come up with a counter opinion to mine. So I reserve the right to have an opinion on an issue. That's why you see at the level of the VOA here and there, they say this is a voice. There is an opinion
Yeah.
of the voice
Yes.
of Liberia.
Yeah.
It does not speak for the American people. They will always make that disclaimer.
Yes, it is. They
always
do
make that,
All
because that's
media
a-
institutions have. So
Yeah,
let me go into the meat of the discussion. We have a very important matter here today, and I'm for the government today.
Okay, thank you. Versus you. My first time meeting your government president. I love it.
the president dismissed some people and suspended some people. What's your take?
Well, I think it's not sufficient. I think it was done out of pressure. You know,
That decision came midnight though. It
Midnight.
came- yeah.
And look at the timing. And somebody had called me. You know, those of you in the diaspora, you know more about what we know here. That's the whole thing about.
That's what they
it
say.
really confuses me
Yeah.
all of the time. There's a guy who calls me from the United States of America. He said, "Baby, did you see the United States and I don't know drug enforcement group? They are in country. You have any idea?" I said, "That you telling me?" He said, "Yeah, they should be in your country." You know what I mean? I said, "But I have no idea. I got to check." So you guys there have information on almost everything here, sometimes before we even know it.
Must say I can be surprised some of the things I can know, but yeah.
So you see that? So the guys are saying that now. If you look at the trends of events that have been unfolding, and you saw it that the reason that came up,
Yeah, they dismiss us
they dismiss us
and the suspensions.
because something was practically running somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
How so?
When I listened to the police RG, not in a settled tone, in an unsettled tone, spitting out the beans and indicting. So it was like this thing about hiding it now, everyone coming outside now. The president need to run ahead of it before something happens. Because
the
it was a
RG
hint.
said, I guess that's what it means. Say,
Yeah.
there are people, very at the very top of the government,
Very good.
who have business to do with this drug stuff.
He said that.
Yeah.
He said this government,
Yes.
at the senior level of this government.
Yes,
In fact, there was another statement he made again, and he said,
that was the third time he made it.
yeah. So you could see that he said, if you people, there was another statement he made in relation to that too. He said,
Correct.
if you people think that you came to fight against the very ills, you have to be sincere. That was also pointing.
Yeah,
To the regime
yeah,
operatives.
exactly.
So you could see it clearly because for the
And he says
onset.
state actors.
He says state
you don't
actors.
use state actors until you are sure it is state
So
actors.
if you say state actors,
You must have
then
known.
we now define who are the state actors now, because for state actors to be defined, you have to be active participants. You can't look at former people and call them state actors. They are
No.
not acting anymore.
No,
they have left the
they are
stage.
not. No.
Because once I have left the stage, I'm no longer acting. The ones that are there now are the ones that are
And
acting.
police directors, deputy police directors are not state actors.
No.
Those are just bound.
Very good, yeah.
Very down
So when you
down.
say key and senior state actors, because I got to know this, when the Paul King issue came up, look how the government handling the
Yeah,
whole
Paul
thing.
King.
When the Paul King issue came
Why
up,
is he not even dismissed?
the Peter King.
Oh, the Peter
When
King.
the Paul King, yeah,
Paul King is in jail.
Paul King
Yeah.
is in jail.
Yeah.
Peter King is the one that was suspended. The first action that was taken by Joseph Boakai, the president, His Excellency, was the suspension of Peter King. When we heard that Peter King was threatening that if anybody dare carries him down, he will haul down everybody, we saw it that he have to see his brother come back, and they said willingly. How did the brother come? He came in on a police escort.
Yes.
He was giving all of passed
All
through
the-
VIP,
all of the enjoyment.
all of the enjoyments here, and then they brought him. And then they said they carry him to court on an indictment. Then later on, we are seeing him there, nothing has happened. Then we hear about the over 300 and some more million, according to them, drug issue. Drugs bust came up. Now 2 persons arrested. The justice minister takes the position of a defense attorney
For people that will be drug suspects.
because it was laughable. And if you ask anybody, we know under the criminal practice, the criminal procedure law, when the government draws up indictments against you, those indictments, the wordings of those indictments are definitive of the crimes committed. They don't use the word allege. They don't use the word presumption
They
of
say you
innocence.
did.
They
Yeah.
don't do that. But for the justice minister to have had a key press conference for the first time, and since the whole drug bust came up, especially the latest one, and he starts saying, these people, they are alleged suspect. You don't use that. You
But
got to
they
be
are already
tenors.
on an
They
indictment.
are already on it. In fact, you should be the indictment starts from these kind of press conferences. Before you draw up the real indictment, you have to say, these people, we caught them.
You don't think the justice minister was being careful?
It's not about being careful. Anyway, he must have been somebody who's vested in contract law, because he
He
contract
said,
law.
yes,
He
yes.
taught me contract law. But besides that, he knows exactly what it is as Attorney General. He knows exactly what we are going for. He knew exactly what he was talking about. For him to have even said that the 2 foreign nationals who were caught were aiding. In fact, they were just persons of interest instead of being suspects. We know exactly what our DA people do in this country. Just to catch you with what the Baza people call viaze, that opium. That what Baza people call viaze. Just for them to catch you with small viaze, they will tell you, say you are already suspect. They will in fact take picture and put it as suspect. Then you caught people with drugs and you call them persons of interest at that level. In fact, the latest action was they took the people, the bunch of people that they had, they collected all of them, they brought them to the Painsville Magisterial Court
Yes, they did.
of Magistrate, and then they placed them there. Did you see anyone of them handcuffed? Did you see anything like that? They play with the whole case. So when the police RG spoke yesterday, everyone else was now running with it. Then they say, no, Mr. President, you need to now speak out something. You need to
But
take
you're a
action
lawyer.
on
They
what
say
it is.
you should treat the defendant with dignity. You don't think the government was trying to prove that they are obeyed, they obey the law, they respected of the law.
So it is the defense counsel that's supposed to preach that. You saw here, you know. That is
So
what
the
you saw.
prosecution does its work. The
You know,
defense counsel.
it's good that you were in the state and you follow the Stanton issue. When they
yes.
had that Nightingale, I don't know, is that how they call it, the Nightingale or something?
Yeah,
Concerning the-
yeah.
Okay. You saw how they approach it. They told you stage by stage by
Yes.
stage what crime the other person committed, the other person did this here. They didn't say alleged. Eh? When around,
But even the
sacking all of
indictment
them.
are definitive. He said he knew and did
Very
do.
good. Did do.
Yeah.
In fact, they will be telling you that you knew and you did do exactly what you saw. This man conspired. He used his premises. They will
yeah.
say these things. You want the public to believe that the public has something to count on, and you are willing to prove it.
But that's the probable cause
That's the
doctrine.
You just stated that. Thank you. I want to say, you know, journalists are lawyer. Why do I? Yeah. So that's the probable cause. You must find it before you even reach at that level. So for them to have said that, I knew that something feature was going on somewhere. So when the president came out with the name, these are not the names. Like the names of the Marquia they talk about. I knew about that ever since. Marquia is at the airport, very close to Joseph Boakai children. In fact, he calls himself one of the sons of Joseph Boakai. He's caught up in it. And of the names of the people that he said he's going to dismiss, and I saw it on the E-Mansion website, Joseph Boakai dismissing all the alright. Joseph Boakai does not have any right to dismiss anybody. He can only recommend to.
I mean, the civil servant.
Yeah,
You can't dismiss the government
those people
employees.
like that. I don't know
You
why.
can, yeah.
They're just like that. You're just dismissing the people.
But
that
today, the
dismiss
civil
them, all that
servant
kind of thing.
administration issued a press release requesting all government ministries and agencies to go ahead and carry out the recommend the order of the president to dismiss.
Is that a
those
civil
employees.
service agency that said that?
I don't even know why he should issue that release, because I think every ministry is responsible for their own employees.
Yeah.
And the civil service cannot tell people to dismiss people because the president said
You can't
that.
just say that.
Yeah.
You see, this is why, you know, we are in a lawless state. Anything can happen under Joseph Boakai's administration. Anything is possible.
A lawless
Anything can happen.
state?
A lawless state.
Yeah, that's a harsh
It's
description
the
of this
fact.
government.
It's the fact. Series of activities have happened in this country, and of course, they deal with the law. Look at what you are doing now. Here is it. Even a very civil service boss, who is counting on employees, he's occupying a position of being the superintendent of all civil servants in this country. And by virtue of the fact, you have to follow your leaders. Whatever your leaders say, they should be an exemplar. If he
Right.
turns out of political grounds and then telling you, say he's a presidential appointee, so for him he's a different person. But besides that, the very code of conduct talks about what? Presidential appointees not going into political participation. That even bars him as well. He's against the code of conduct.
Correct. Yes.
So there's no escape route for that. But he believes that he's justified in his actions. And despite that, they will see civil servants doing these acts. But once the civil servants' conduct is in favor of the government,
they don't care.
against the opposition, is no crime. So there's not a lawlessness, because law should not be one-sided. It should affect all sides. That's what we say, little justice is blind. Little justicia that you see. So every law you pass, it should be blind. It does not see.
She does not value. She does not
No.
distinguish human
No.
being value because she don't see them.
No, she doesn't see them.
So when she feel you, everybody
Yeah.
the same.
So when the law is passed, meaning Lady Justicia is standing right there with her blind eyes, blindfolded eyes. She doesn't see anybody. So what a Unity Party person breaks the law, she grabs you. What a CDC person breaks the law, she grabs you. The idea is there must be a law passed. And the very laws that these guys are breaking, they are all their own laws. Look at the level of activities that are going in this country. So you have a lawless state like this, and of course the president comes out and says he can even dismiss the low-level civil servant. The president cannot. and should not be dismissing them. These people are should be subjected to investigations. If you are to suspend them, yes, you suspend them. The president is suspending Peter King, who has a company that was used that was harboring and of course carrying drug all over the place. But the man still sits at no car and still gets his salary and he said, "No, we're just trying to do it for the public there, for them to say you are suspended. There's nothing else, you did nothing bad you have done." In fact, there was no investigation that he was subjected to. They wouldn't suspend him.
You know, the way you put it, you make it look so bad for me. I want to defend him, but I make it so bad. So, Peter King, he has a place.
Yeah.
The drugs are brought there and packaged, whether packaged there or kept there. And he is not dismissed.
Nothing.
But people who are alleged to be having activities with that drug are dismissed.
So, you see the issue now. The government is supposed to have even gone for the entity.
Yes.
Why you think?
Yes.
Why you think the asset declaration or whatever it is they be on? They go also for institutions and entities. When you hear about Gracious Ra, talking about Finabondo, Gracious Ra, you are hearing about Gracious Ra. Institutions are individuals, but they are not individuals. Yeah, they are individuals by themselves, but they are operated by managers.
By managers.
So you will say in these indictments that we are grabbing GLN NAS.
Correct.
That's the institution that
represented,
and it is that office that they use. It is that office that we use. It's very key. So the heads of these entities, they are to be held liable because they were heading and controlling and directing that institution at the time the incident occurred. They cannot be left out. The institution does not stand by itself for you to just carry GN. They say it will come here like the institution now, right? And Blaze Communication Network, right? So they will say we are carrying Blaze Communication Network by and through a CEO.
But even if I label anybody or slander anybody,
very good.
When they are suing me, they sue the station.
Very good.
Because the station aided and abetted the process. And I've used the channel of the institute. I think that's the point you're making, and I agree with you 100%.
And
if you are the one that stole the drug, the company is liable, is obligated to answer questions.
Yeah. And they said the company itself is operating in a manner. And it was not something that we look at and say, oh yeah, all of us just saying they know. But Peter, who is the Paul King at the point? He's the operations manager of the company. And the man used his role as operations manager to intercept the consignment and carry it with leverage. Meaning, this GLN NAS have been compromising the security of our country because for the mere fact that indeed they have been used as conveyors. They're supposed to be held. They have control. In fact, people will believe that with the kind of credibility, because the government does not do business with people who have no credibility. The institution itself, for the mere fact that the government is doing business with the institution, it must have done all of its due diligence and hold these institutions at the highest extent and level, especially.
You think the IG, police IG, you think he is messing up, or you think he's being cocky, or you think he know more than what he's saying?
Well, he had always been someone who had been filibustering all over the place, and he thinks that he's on top of almost everything, and he's involved with almost everything from the onset of this whole thing. His
statements are very indicting.
And I think that something is wrong somewhere. Because he has overshadowed. I want to call that overshadowing. No, I don't want to say job, no, but it's demeanor. And the way he does his work, especially in relation to these things, what I call is overshadowing. You see, every institution or every joint security operations that are held, every security apparatus attached to the joint security, they have their expert areas of operation. If it came to immigration-related issues in the joint security, you call the immigration to take the lead. You provide support. If it came to the issue about border control or whatever it is, the armed forces of Liberia is responsible to protect and defend the borders and the territorial confines. They take the lead. You provide support. But look at what happened at the border situation. The police RG was the one that was rushing, going there again.
Yeah, you went to the border.
Yeah.
And the last 300 million drugs, the LDA were left out.
The LDA were left out. Police went there again. The issue about the Capitol building, arson incident, the police again, no fire service.
So he gave the press
this man is just all over the place. Why is he doing all of these things? Is he the dirty work man for this government that did everywhere they want to do any dirty work they send him, and he thinks that to cover up some of those dirty works he has to be present again to cover it up? Is that why it is? Because we are not seeing the DA involved in all of these things. In fact, when they were invited, I had expected even members of the National Legislature to have placed the police RG in check and said there are specific questions we are asking here, and we believe that people that we confirmed giving them the statutory duty to perform these tasks, they must give us answers to these things. You police RG rest. You, Mr. LDA, Atiano, whoever you call yourself, please answer this question. In these kind of situations, what happens? Let the men speak. You have gotten these guys on the spot. At that point, if the lawmakers had opened their eyes good and just excluded or ejected Gregory Coma, you have seen somebody saying, they say, no, we don't know about AO, you know, that the police RG will answer that other question. Yeah. Then I went now, you will know that he will be silent.
The LDA boss is also suspended, right?
The LDA boss, I think is the deputy. That the deputy, one Patrick,
Patrick Kumusi,
he's the deputy, yes. So he's the deputy, and I think they bring out the Patrick issue because they say Patrick is a friend to one guy who owns certain entertainment center, or something like that, whatever it is. Yeah, those are the kind of things. But for the Patrick issue, these are just cover-ups. What happened yesterday? There are people who call the low-hanging fruits. For the president to have even gone beyond his statutory duty and of course constitutional duty.
Low-hanging fruits.
Presidents also dismiss civil servant, it can't happen.
That any child can pick.
Yeah, that any child can just pick. That's what we call low-hanging fruits. The real fruits are out there. If you are
the
saying,
apple end are up way there, nobody can reach there.
So
the one that rest to the ground.
Yeah, that they want to grab me. So let's look at the rationale. You just brought out the police RG issue, right? Let's look at the rationale. Similar thing happened, and we are being like wrapping it around our heads, and we can't get it. And the issue here is a meeting that all of us we are sitting in a meeting here, and of course you are our boss, and somebody came to have some intersection made, and then you send me outside, say, "AB, please go outside and go talk with the president." So the president say, "Hold the money here, carry inside your boss." I brought it. I brought it inside here.
Yeah.
Then somebody new got an intelligence. The person who came brought something, and they asked the person who brought it something, "Who did you meet and who did you give it to?" They say, "AB. I gave it to AB." But who say AB also to got me with you? That one is left there. Who say AB also?
But why wouldn't they get to that point? I think it's not in the interest of transparency that we get to that point.
That was very important.
So that's why you call it
low-hanging fruit. How will you get to the point? Because the man that is relieving of his position to come outside, he the one supposed to say that Gerson sent me. But how will you say that Gerson sent me?
They're being sacrificed.
You see what's happening now? So the similar thing happens, especially in with the wake of the two police officers that they say use police vehicles to escort drugs. Knowing.
Can they really exercise that power without the IG instruction?
My brother.
Would they be brave enough to they know how the drug situation looks like right now? You talk about low-hanging fruit, so I want to go deeper into it. The apples then, they're too close to the ground, and all the children are grabbing the apple and eating them. For two deputies to take upon themselves to go and do something like that without the IG
it's
knowledge,
not possible.
I think the complaint will come from the IG.
Yeah, it's not possible. In fact, what they normally would do in these kind of instances, especially this whole thing, there's a former DA boss under this administration that I spoke with. He said, "AB, these kind of operations don't happen in isolation."
They don't have to be isolation.
Yeah, they don't have to be in isolation of the most senior. They say they're low senior, but most senior because the people spending their money for this operation, they don't deal with low-hanging fruits. They want total guaranteed.
Because they don't want to lose.
They don't want to lose. So you think
somebody is trying to transition 300 million worth of cocaine?
Yeah.
And you think they're going to deal with the boy down there?
I beg you.
No.
That's not what. They want assurance.
They want someone who can put their finger on the scale.
And say nothing will happen. That we don't want to control the place.
Don't worry.
So let's say, for instance, we are coming here, and I want to get an announcement running for this place for maybe 3 months, and I want to honor court.
yeah.
Is it possible that we can? Jerry, please.
Yeah,
I'll do with you.
I'll say, my man, bring the team.
Bring the team.
The station.
Yeah, you.
I will guarantee the announcement will go.
Tomorrow, the question will be asked. But what kind of announcement is that going for a whole 3 months like this? That person will have to answer.
I'll take it for
you have to take it. So I'm not give you my money on the kind of purpose. It doesn't work like that.
So there is this perspective again, because I always love to bring the perspective of the common people.
Yeah.
How the term is.
Yeah.
The people who listen to us, who are following us. There have been this belief that when issue like this was judged, big hand behind it, government officials are behind it.
Yeah.
So now with the connections of the joint security, because I say joint security because the police being suspended, the
police
NSA,
deputies,
the police deputies being suspended, and NSA personnel is being connected to that. So what cloud does that hang over the security sector of this country?
Very much that cloud. In fact, you don't even want to see one senior ranking member associated with these things. They don't talk about multiples. It only tells you at this level the entire government was involved.
Does that validate the public's claim?
And it validates that clearly, because the fact of the matter is, these deputies were operating on behalf of their bosses.
And
that's what all we can tell you.
Actually, there was a very great question you even asked.
Yeah.
For the deputy at the National Security Agency, this is the agency that nobody asks questions.
No.
They only report to the president. And so when they are on this kind of deal, it's not just the deputy.
No. People are operating. And remember now, these are people who brought drugs in this country with no fear. Look at the former manner the drug came in this country. Nobody had any idea
how it got here. So the security apparatuses, they didn't even catch it.
They saw it and they allowed it. That's it. It's possible you can see something, but you don't want to catch it. It will pass.
That's the Abraham.
Yeah, you see it, you let it pass. And the sole intent of this is that, look, let me tell you something, Chief. You see, we all in this country, we should be very careful. Under the CDC administration, there were a lot of drug issues that we're hearing about.
Correct.
It was because the CDC put in place mechanisms to have track all of these things. Even if there were leaf that you brought that the CDC government did not understand, they will even assume that it is drug and they will bring it. And because it was not the kind of cohesive, coordinated network under the CDC, that's why you could hear about drug arrests all over the place. And it could tell you clearly that it was not CDC officials, senior ranking officials who were involved. Were they to be the ones? You wouldn't have heard about these drugs coming in this country. No. You wouldn't have heard it. You would have only heard about it being used, but you wouldn't have heard about it being caught at border points. You wouldn't have known that drugs in country because the utilizations of it. You wouldn't have heard about arrest at border points. Today, we are hearing
that they are here. But they want to leave.
They want to leave. And why the United Party did that? They believe that cocaine is a high-class drug, and of course, the low-level people will not be able to take it. So our own.
No, that drug not for Zogos.
Not for Zogos. So they say our own operation. The UP say our own operation. For all, we're not bringing it here to come share with you look Zogo. We'll get it. We'll package it for you. Anywhere you want to send it in the world, we'll give it.
Talking about CDC, I've been following a few reports a couple of minutes ago on the social media about the Ministry of Justice clarifying information being given by the minister, the police director, and of the Ministry of Information. That this is the police director meant to say former officials of government, not present government officials. So how do you?
Why do you? I just told you when Gibson asked me
state actors
that. Why you think the president took the midnight action? It was because of the police director statement.
But that's my first time seeing president dismiss people midnight. Since I've been
that midnight action, it was because of the police RG. And the beginning the police RG wanted to speak. Let me tell you, this thing, everyone's going to move their hand from inside now. The first person who started to try his best to move his hand from inside, that Prince C. Johnson, the NSA boss. The NSA boss is not somebody who just locally attached to Liberia. He has a Spanish relationship, his wife. So these people who have their ties with these internet,
They don't want to be
They don't want to
entangled.
be entangled. In fact, he was the one that told Gregory, say, your man that went outside there, he collected something. Take him from there. He said it. So Gregory too, and remember, if it is true that the Americans have sent people to investigate these matters here, because Liberia is now
Which
almost
they are
becoming
invested.
So if they believe, they see interest the people hiring us when Ebola started here, and they say you better descend there because any possibility of Ebola spreading across to affect us, it could be in Liberia. Let us descend there. It's what happened in the drug issue now. With the number of drugs are here, and they believe that it's American colony, and they believe that we have connecting flags to these major. They believe that they are coming here to know the root of it. Everyone else, you can see Gregory has lost weight a bit. That aggression that you used to see.
Good for him.
Something is happening. Look, that statement Gregory made. Gregory was speaking the truth, and that was it. So the president had to run ahead. They said when the president runs ahead, then we'll have another press conference, and at that press conference will provide.
They will
clarity.
divert the situation.
Yeah,
and say,
divert every-
oh, we're not
say
talking
that
about
former
real
official government, but it is a blatant lie. You know the pattern of the Unity Party versus former government officials' involvement in things. There were people that Joseph Boakai took from positions on mere allegations. He suspended them. It led to automatic dismissal from their positions simply because they
Emmett
associated.
Glasgow is an
Emmett
example.
Glasgow, simply because they associated with the CDC. The issue of the Clark Hall Foundation today.
Yeah.
They're also hunting after it simply because it is Josh Weah's wife. You're talking about Fina Bono? You see what's happening to it? The people don't care. Look, when anything, if the Unity Party knew that the CDC was part, they would have diverted the entire public attention by getting straight on the CDC officials. Then they will say, oh, CDC people crying because they catch their official and why they want to put on the Unity Party people. They would have done that. They wouldn't have gotten at this level. And like I said, that the low-hanging fruits. Jojo Boakai, then the cartel people in the video that was just shared talk about Jojo
That was
Boakai
a
and their people
question.
here
That
and
was a
there.
question, and I want you to address that too. If Jojo, if the cartel and that video can write Jojo and he respond to them, does it not serve as a? You are a lawyer now.
Yeah.
Is it not enough reason to invite Jojo for questioning?
Jojo is supposed to be invited for questioning. Jojo is supposed to be invited for questioning. I remember
Will they?
they haven't and they wouldn't. The reason is very much simple. And the thing is very clear. You can see that JMB is doing these things to cover up for something. Gregory went
So
too far
diversionary
to
tactics.
just divert people.
Oh, let's
Gregory went
dismiss
too-
some people and
The
suspend them. The
moment-
library post say we are doing.
The moment Gregory said, and if you play Gregory's voice, it's clear, it's definite. He says, senior level people of this government. You know, Gregory is not a friend of the past regime. If they were the
No,
people,
he
Gregory
was
would have
never.
said that.
He was
Gregory
never.
would not miss his words. Gregory looking for something to hang on CDC already. He done destroy CDC party headquarters. He getting ready to go. Even the new one said you getting chance now, you will want to bring it down again.
And they say-
That if Gregory would know something small that would bring in the CDC. You saw how the whole Capitol building incident, Gregory then rushed inside.
And arrested.
If it were to be that case, that different thing we're talking. Gregory didn't mean his words. He said this government. He said this government, senior ranking members of this government.
Yes.
The information minister can
He
tell
said,
you
he
about talking
said
about
at the very top
level of this government.
Of this government. And yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday we have Councilor Gonglo here, and he brought about precedent case on the issue of the burning of the drugs. He brought about the issue of the burning of the drugs and setting that incident from past case. Now that the drugs is being burned, from your legal perspective of understanding, what could be your view? What could be your view on the burning of the evidence while legal procedures are still going on and suspects are still at large and other people are still being investigated as it relates to this?
So, this is where everyone was surprised, Mr. Jerry. Why the rush to burn?
But
Why?
it's even important right now.
It's saying very good. Why burning now?
We still investigate.
Is it not safe, or do you think the cartel will come and jump here, bus to go take their
And go
draw?
take their
Is that a justification you want to give us?
That would be interesting.
That maybe they want to come for their drugs. And
Say,
you,
let's
believe,
put it before the American
and you
take
said
it.
our AI video, but you branding it because you say the cartel people will come for their drugs. That could be a job. But this kills the case. It destroys it. You see, one of the reasons why the 100 million case under the CDC did not go anywhere, that's one of the major reasons. You say you caught drugs with me. You quantify the drugs. When we went to court, the judge is asking question. You say you caught Abraham Gosson William with 3 cartons of cocaine. Where are the 3 cartons? You say we already burned it. So
Well,
which one?
They said the court gave
Yeah.
them go ahead.
Yeah.
But I don't see the urgency in
So-
burning the
so-
drugs. I don't.
They lie. The court does not aid you in destroying evidence. The court wouldn't do that. So what is the rationale? So the court will come and then
So
the defense,
then
because
court-
the
then
defense
become
now.
an
So,
witness now.
yeah, so the court will tell you, say, oh, go burn it. The very court that will give you search and seizure warrant to go for evidence to bring
They
for
say, go ahead
yourself,
and destroy it.
so that you will keep it. That when the court is ready, that evidence that you claim, you apply to the court for. Because when they say search and seizure, you have to be specific about what you come in a radio station for. You will name it. That we're going there to go look for gun. Okay, we went there to go look for gun. We saw gun. We brought it. That gun you bring in, you're not bringing it to the court. The sheriff is only there to make sure that gun you got, that thing that your own, you will keep it. You're not carrying it to the court. You will keep it. When you're ready to make your case against AB, that evidence you carry. But the only way, the reason the court came in is the only the court supposed to allow you, gave you the right for you to enter AB compound, for you to go check there. That's all you use the court
They
for.
gave you the power to do
So
so.
that power you use, the court can say, hey, you got your evidence that you say you wanted. Yeah, okay, go and keep it.
Because when I read it, I asked you where you bring
So
it.
you will bring it. So now the defendants, right? The defense counsel. You think they will can stand in front of the court and then the judge can say, but the defense, because the defense will ask the question, not even the judge. The defense counsel will say, Your Honor, we are here because our client was brought before this honorable court for being in possession of over 300 and some more tons of drugs, Your Honor. Where are those drugs?
Then the court will say,
then the
I
judge will say,
authorize
"No,
them
I
to
don't want
burn
to
it."
I'll beg you.
So
Put
we'll
your
put,
words
it,
that
we'll put
way.
a judge on the stand.
Yeah.
But was there an application that both parties appear? Because usually when these kind of orders are given, parties, litigants will be present, lawyers will be present to just apply and say, give us the authority to burn it.
You know,
It sounds like
there are specific ex parte applications.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that search and seizure, you don't need the other party before you can do whatever. Those are ex parte.
Yeah.
You can just go there, you pray the court it, and say, please do this one for me. The court will do it. Right? So those are some of the reasons. But the fact of the matter is, you're destroying the drug. Everything you're burning it. Then you say that sample or A you will carry to the court to tell that indeed this is cocaine. It doesn't matter the quantity. This is cocaine. We have it. And these guys were in possession of it. So we want to quantify it.
before we go to the line, we'll give you enough time to interact with the public. But let me just ask you about the press union. Press union is a little bit angry with Gregory right now about the allegation. Gregory says the media people are the one that are receiving money and they are in cahoot with the cartel. And you are one of the media men too.
Okay.
I am one too.
Okay, so Greg said a lot of things. Greg's comments were such that he believed that there were people in government who were trying to sway and shift this whole thing towards him. That he's involved. The people are fighting among themselves. Greg spoke out of frustration. You think the cartel no generally yeah, no. The very senior and top level people that Gregory talking about.
Do they even want
They
you
want
as journalists?
Very good. Then the one Gregory was trying to suspect of using the media to shift and shield things around of them so that they focus it on Gregory Coma and his team. Because when that Prince Johnson thing came up about the Johnny Demon, it didn't go down well with Gregory.
Right, I agree with that.
He's angry.
Yeah.
That leak about the bribe, the 10,000,
Yeah.
didn't go down well. So he believed that There was an internal fight. They want to aim at him. So that's why he came up. So when you say there are journalists being paid by cartel members, those cartel members are the very senior ranking officials
that you are
that in
referring
this,
to.
yes, he was referring to. Now, the press union of Liberia is clear.
Took it literally.
Yeah, and said, look, you have to tell us who are those people that are being paid. Because we believe that everything that is being done, the journalists are just doing their jobs. They are just calling you to account. So no one is really, people don't want to accuse Gregory, and nobody can outright come say, oh, Gregory is involved. No. You don't want to even come at that level to just say, oh, Gregory is involved in this or here and there. But let's take, for instance, when people who are close to Gregory. So they are just assumptions that people would draw from out of these things. Coupled with the very statement that Gregory made at top level, and Gregory is one of the senior ranking members of this government.
Right.
That they are part of the cartel. Who knows? He's one of the senior ranking members. So no matter how they shift it around and say, they were talking about former official. We're gonna former official. No former official business we are discussing here.
I don't even want to give that credence.
Yeah.
If Greg has information, let me use one person. Is my friend. I can use his name. If Greg has information and says Akaros Gray is involved, Akaros Gray will be in jail before we know it.
You see, EJ, they sue money, they will grab their blockers. The very people that he know that they can always pay. You see, that is what you see, Mr. Jerry, you ask a question, border on integrity. You know why I don't like to do business with people?
Exactly.
Chief, and you seen it there? If the same garden been using you and paying you for you to be chasing the opposition people there, putting camera
Chasing
and doing
them
all of
down,
those things, then they would think that
Trying
you
to
can be
disgrace them.
they would think that you can be bought any given point in time. That's why if you, Mr. Gero, you were to call me and say, oh, Abi, I want to give you small thing for you to do the thing here and there. The moment I take that money from you straight, though you may benefit from it, but you lose credibility in me.
Oh,
tomorrow when I'm doing something out there,
I can size you
will
up.
size me up anytime. So you see, Gregory is sizing up the very people that they've been using against the opposition. The very people they have been using against the opposition are the people they are sizing up now. So he believes that it is possible and it can happen. Now the PUI is saying you should come up to state exactly who are those people.
They give 73 hours,
72 hours ultimatum.
I don't think Greg is going to listen to that, but the PUL is not going to do anything much.
They're not going to do anything much. It's just about raising the alarm that you don't have to indicate our people.
Just to put them on, put you on the spot.
You don't have to.
Before we go to the next thing, let's go to the line. The people want to talk to you. So let me hear what they want to say. If you want to call, you can call the numbers. I think the 777-907.
So those of you listening, you can call us on 777-907-907 886-029-333 or WhatsApp +231 888-577-7750, and you're going to be live on the show. This person, what is your name? Please lower your radio, please.
Yeah.
Let me get this person. Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
What is your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is Mark Brown, and I'm phoning from district number 12.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I follow the show lengthily, and I'm not surprised at the level of questioning. Big brother Jeru, Gibson Jeru, you have already affiliated yourself with the CDC, and you have another man who sits on his platform every night, insult the president who is a member of CDC on your platform. So what do you expect? The kind of question we expect you to ask, definitely you're not going to ask it. It's just like a walk in the park for him. And we don't.
So what are some of the questions you expect to ask?
Ask me now.
So ask the questions.
I'm on the government side today, you know.
Easy, you
don't
know.
kind of question to ask, right? So I'm saying, we will not take people like
So please, no, you see that now. Ask the question. Ask your question. Ask the question.
Say, you can't ask the question.
I don't know.
Hello?
You said the man asking question. Why you can't ask the question?
So what's your question?
I'm patient everybody for people, member for 10 and pray for justice.
Go ahead.
Let me say hi to your life. Your life is very on. For me, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not educated. But for me, the government behavior by bringing that job, they destroy everything. They destroy everything. What I can say is, you said the protocol, you burn flower bed, and you say that judge don't come down for.
guys are doing, the United Party government doing, the intention is to, because at the end of the day, they know that the opposition will not put pressure. That take, for example, the United Party in 2005, we saw the kind of pressure that CDC put in.
Yeah.
Then the CDC in 2017, it's not even 2 months into Georgia presidency, we saw the high pressure from the opposition. Since the government came into power, we think about mysterious death. We think about now the drugs went from 30% entry into the country up to 150%. Like, from the port of any port of entry, any amount of drugs can enter, and the opposition ever just cool.
You're right.
So the opposition, so the government is capitalizing on the relaxation of the opposition. It's time for the opposition to start moving, to start pressuring this government.
Okay.
And that's what I can say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's get this person from before we come back to the local line. What is your name?
Look at your WhatsApp line, Hatter.
You say your name again?
That's for our people.
My name is John, and I call you from Delaware.
Delaware, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. You see, AB, thank you, AB, so much. Thank you for continuing to provide light, okay, in the darkness. Now, this was civil government, but now he should be out. You didn't end the narrative. The Liberian people need to hear this. The woman brought the money. The woman talked with the people, with Gabriel Common, with the senior official, and Gabriel Common said he begin out. He said, "Go get the money." The man, when he got the money, he brought back to Gabriel. Gave all to Gabriel. Gave all the money to Gabriel. And Gabriel took 2,000 out from there and gave it to a man. He said, "My man, like your own there, go." He kept the 8,000. Why is still doing in the government? Is this man still doing the government? And now this day he want either he slowly, he want either he on top of the thing. Every day, every morning, he waking up 12 midnight, he want to have press conference. Press conference for who? You should have been out. They guys should have been out. Yeah, my Liberian people, they guys should have been out. But hey, that's my contribution.
But why you think the man was not out? Why you think he was not out? Why you think he was not?
He should have been on the list last night. The list that was put out last night for the dismissal, he should have been on it.
Okay.
He should have been on it. He said, "Oh God, if I tell the guy that went to go escort the cookies, he sent them. He sent them."
Thank you so much.
That's the troublesome thing. Y'all, thank you for the show, man.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Let me get this person on the local line. Hello, what is your name?
I speak to you from district number 6, Mandi Dutas,
Go ahead.
You know, it will be a Shion Ibrahim Kosan where today he chewing dropping like a chocolate drink, weird time. You couldn't hear his voice. He couldn't talk on it. 100 meters of drugging into the country here. Abraham Kosan where never talk after
you just listen to the man. You just listen to him when he said this was the same way that we have government handled the 100 million jobs.
They didn't turn the way. Look, the way people are talking about the drugs.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
None of you can show me. None of you can show me.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
People bring drugs in the country or drug arrested. People bring the country, but only the routine or Joseph team up driving arrested and bring on video. But today, they join our case today. Well, to our case, they're doing it like a chocolate. After angle level 2, everything you're going to do a private work, but you get to feel the effort to stop processing.
Let me ask you a question, my brother. Let me ask you a question.
We want to ask you, hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
They don't take questions though. The United Party put there. They don't let dialogue. They don't let dialogue.
They say chewing it like chicle.
Hello.
Yeah, they really have a bell.
Good evening. What is your name?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I remain an executive member of the Concerned Liberian for Justice. I'm Peter McCauley, the civil advisor board in the Joint Evil District now, Montserrat County.
I want to go.
Go ahead.
I want to say thank you so much for your guest. In Serio, KB, I want to say good evening to you.
Yeah. My speak more basa now. Speak more basa.
Ma, I want to say.
Apa the boss? Kau nak boleh jauh,
You got to agree with that.
Ke ni aguru anyo, nan se ba aguru.
Only that.
All right, man. I think I speak bad. So go ahead and speak, say your thing for the people.
Thank you, Eddie.
All right.
You know, Eddie, this country, some of us told Liberians that shouldn't go the way that they were going because the government was coming to destroy the entire country. Look, when RG can still the war alive, it's not just Liberian that top officials in the government that bringing drugs or that own the drugs, manufacturing the drugs in the country. Everyone else see a man country today, the RG is supposed to be out of that position. When I see a man country, one leader, but our leader, the president, and lieutenant, they are not serious. That's why Gregory Common in the country. You can't people. We fight the drugs. President Boaka and Jamaica wasted our time. They sat down and said they go take drug test. You take drug test today, you manufacture drugs in the country, then they actually tell the Liberian people that top government official producing drugs in the country. Are you killing me? Man.
Okay. I like people to speak that. Thank you very much. You make my day.
Yeah,
what is your name?
My name is Ali Toure. I'm calling from New York.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what the reason, right? President Boaka can't get rid of Gregory because they know that getting rid of Gregory, the opposition will have more ground, will come back at them because now they're using Gregory because whenever the opposition get on the street, Gregory come out with that kind of aggressive way, make them afraid. So now they can get rid of him. But definitely, just Gregory is into it.
Okay.
So the opposition need to stand up very strong, and I'm seeing the opposition is very weak. Honestly, they're very weak. They are not battling the way the opposition, the Unity Party was in opposition against them.
Okay.
And that's the move they're making against the opposition right now. So you see how all the guys on the internet, whatever they do, the guys are picking it everywhere to come and counter out with the opposition. Because the opposition is being weak, they're afraid. They're making Gregory to get more power over them. That's how I see it.
Thank you.
That's some of the reason. Because with the no definitely to get rid of Gregory, the opposition will come back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's get this person. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. What is your name?
Yeah, this is Mohammed Kamara call from United Arab Emirates.
Go ahead.
Abu Dhabi. Yes, you know, the guy who called, we were talking about Abraham Williams, not talking about 100 million jobs. Nobody wants jobs in our country. Liberia is our country. We have family there, we have relatives there, we have brother and sister. The job rates in our countries, nobody was happy about it. But let United Party people quiet. Then they keep quiet. Then they shut up. Where was United Party when 2008, 500 million jobs were discovered in Freeport? Where were they? Where were United Party people 2010 when jobs were discovered at RIA?
Okay.
Where were they? Where were United Party people when the presidential convoy they were going bombing for independence celebration 2015 when jobs were called there by Dolo? Where were they? Or that 100 million jobs they're talking about? Where were their 500 million jobs? Do they see CDC political jobs according compared to them today?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The WhatsApp number was a very high.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the next person. I mean,
hello.
how AB can then WhatsApp? What is
your name? What
No, I have a huge fan base in the diaspora.
Okay.
Yeah, very much.
Go ahead.
Yeah, listening to the show. Is the NSA who have plus to the government, the present government, they are working. We talk about excellence on jobs. Although it is good to having
you can't hear me.
The past government, at least the past government work, you know, the job for practicing in the past government work. We all have to put hands together and work together and leave too much of politics.
Okay.
That's
All
how we
right.
our country to move forward.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. That's a good advice. Thank you.
Let me get the local line.
Yeah,
Hello.
we can come to the local last month.
Hello.
Hey, my man.
Hello?
Hello. What is your name?
Yeah, this is the force of Benale S. Kuman calling from DC.
Deesville. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say a big thank you to Teacher Lad for his explanation this evening on the show. You know, the first thing I want to say is that in our police, RG, the first time I listened to RG, when RG began to talk about embarrassing, and the first thing instead of RG is supposed to sit and carry on proper investigation, the RG do us, you know, and embarrassing that somebody bought anything that boy able to carry jobs to go do the one, to go do that one. So if the IG now start benefiting people, so tell me where is the job investigation will go?
All right.
They can send the job investigation started look at our for the IG. They may have dropped weight.
Okay, thank you so
No,
much.
man, drop weight.
Thank you so much. Let me get Kalasco. Sekou Kalasco been struggling to get on the line. Hello.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you. And yeah, we've been really struggling to get through. I'm glad that you.
Yeah, I'm a man. But Paul, you want to see your number say is old, like everybody. They really begin here in one piece of spender.
Okay.
All right.
Let's hear you. Let's hear you.
But first of all, I'd like to say, overall, like I wrote on the Gibson post, I'd like to extend my deep appreciation to Gibson Giroux for what he started way back before you that answering the call, some of you were born, and up to what he continued to do for our country. You know, Gibson, you're one person that I truly admire. I'd like to say thank you for the great.
Oh, thank you, man. You made my day, man. I'll go drink one beer later.
And again, thank you to Teacher Lai, A.B. Gossen, popularly known as Teacher Lai. I think, you know, it could not be a better place than some of the things A.B. said on the show this afternoon, right? Look, and rightly said, what is happening right now is trying to shift the goalposts in the middle of the game. And Gregory Como, that is so much antagonistic to the CDC. This man that believes that even though yes, CDC gave him job at the Bureau of Concession, and Joshua gave him job at the Bureau of Concession, but he so much hit the CDC to the extent where even without an injunction on a court order that were issued on the demolition of the CDC headquarters, he still deployed people at the headquarters to break the CDC headquarters down. Even though, just by gossip, like AB said, the decisions that have been taken by Mr. Wakai on issues that have happened in the country, then you can say you want us to negate the fact that this administration is being wholeheartedly used by the cartel. And you sit down, and Gregory has said that Gregory is a very sober guy. When he's somebody who appears on the media always, and he has said this not one time, not two times. Well, he has said it twice. To say that current government official, go back to the former DEA boss that was dismissed at the Ministry of Information press conference when he said from the executive to the judiciary, everybody involved currently into the drug issue. He was dismissed by President Mwakai. Gregory Como, who is the police director, who didn't want to see anything that is associated with blood, when he stood at the Mika press conference, he said, stop, not government official.
Kalasco, let me ask you a question. If you were one of those who, God forbid, you were involved with drug, you think Gregory will keep your name?
Absolutely. point arrested me, took me to the police station, even though normally people, when you go to the police station, where after a certain period of time, they will allow you to sleep to Central, right?
Yes.
Because the court is closed. But even though it was after 6 o'clock, they called the judge back to the court.
Just to process you.
Just to process me and send me to South Beach. Imagine if I or any other senior government official in the past are associated with drugs and cocaine situation. What do you think they will be doing? If they will call BBC, they will call Al Jazeera, they will call VOA, just to parade that former government official.
Yeah, and I believe that. I believe that. I think you need to come to the studio here and explain
we're going to invite you, perhaps.
We're going to take your. I'll take your number. We'll invite you because you got too many things to say.
Upon my return, I will definitely make my appearance.
Okay.
Because we will not sit down. We will not sit down back again. Like somebody called us said, we're not going to sit back anymore. 3 years is enough, and we have given the United Party enough time to shoot themselves in the legs, and we got to make everything come right now. So upon my return, we'll
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kalasco. Let me get to the. Let me squeeze this person in on the WhatsApp number, and I come back to the local line. Hello.
That's it.
Hello. Hello. Please, you can call back.
That Massachusetts, no, that person from Massachusetts, 717.
But that's, yeah. I want to bring 07779077907. He's back on the line. Hello. What is your name?
Yes. Hello, gentlemen. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Jason Jarrow and hello to Eddie. My name is Ben here and I call from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
Okay.
Well, you know, my own thought on how we do things are like Liberians sometimes is disheartening. We as a people, we are not actually fair to ourselves. You see the issue of drugs, yesterday it was like killing human beings, opening it in the street. But today it has become sacred. They deal with it depending on who is caught or who is involved. They deal with it, and when you talk, they say, no, we don't have to rush. But yesterday, they didn't know that. For the 4, 5, 6 years, almost 3 years, they have been in power. And they said, oh no, the cartel was established sometimes in the 2020, 2021. So then what have you been doing? If you do that, this cartel was established. So until Liberians get to be honest and realistic to themselves, I'm talking about everybody in general. I don't want to put a blame on a specific person. But when the former article, the Inspector General of Police said there are some big hands. Those people who they dismissed or suspended, they are not the big hands. We Liberians.
So you think there are some people still we should expect that their name might come out?
So, look, if you want to fight this thing, you have to fight it holistically.
Yes.
Jerry, I always follow how they call Stanton Show, and you are sometimes, you are one of the panelists. But at most time, I see people, going past the line. They discuss, they present issue based on their support either for the government or against the government.
Yes.
And to be very frank, as a panelist, everybody should be upbeat.
Yes.
When it's
Well, yeah, we gotta get to the local line.
Get to the local line.
The diaspora poet, they
want to take over the entire show. Hello.
We take 3 more and then we come back to
hello.
AB.
Yeah, hello.
What is your name?
Yes. Brother Gibson, how you doing?
I'm good. Who is this?
This is Emmanuel Smith.
Oh.
And I'm phoning from District 6.
Go ahead.
You know, I follow the show lengthily, and I listen to your studio guests. You know, some of us, we are not lawyers. But when people who claim to be lawyers go on the radio and speak in a deceitful manner, sometimes it get us wondering, how did that person become a lawyer? How did
I went to study lawyer, how?
say that?
To study law is very hard.
It's very hard. So when you are claiming to be one of them, you should come with education. You must educate the people. This your studio guest is on record for saying that he expected the government to not burn the judge. In so doing, the judge will be me, and all the judge will be me. Where when then they use that huge quantity of drugs as an evidence against the people who have been accused. I think, in my opinion, the brother tools to mislead the people like he always mislead people. I think that is the reason. I think what the government did, they took sample of each of those drugs, and then they granted them the authority to bring it. So for somebody who claims to be a lawyer.
So let me ask you a question. What's the let me ask you a question.
I see the reason why that person failed the bar exam with a
Can I ask you a question?
Don't move. And he needs to, I mean, the Supreme Court or whoever.
Hold on now, so I can ask you.
Making people to be a lawyer. They need to revoke that brother the lesson. Because he don't even want to be a lawyer. It's a disgrace to the justice.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
They will not. I said,
claiming to be a lawyer.
All right. Thank you very much. I wanted to ask you a question, but
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What is your name?
Thank you. For justice.
If they dialogue,
for justice.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. And thanks to my brother, my Star East brother in the USA, and my brother Abraham Gossin will teach your life. Thanks very much. No, my brother, they will come and stand. People like yesterday that were criticizing everything that they clean. President, you take major, you get it to ball. They were saying everything yesterday, today. When they come here, they make mistakes. People trying to correct them. Then they won't be defending. Yesterday, 19 million drugs we get on the street. We put result. Let's say 3 days. 18 million drugs. They take it from Kofi who your minister, your lie, say that time because you know your lie tanker, your put a statement or tank. Why that don't make it take it from your Kofi who that will work. Your lie today. Today, come telling the whole world. Say government, key government official, they are in a trust with me. So, ever been talking on the radio yet? We get on the street say that the government official brought a trust. I just said because government brought a trust. They validated our argument today and proof today.
The first female, let us speak.
And can't defend everything. Thank you, but come to another tomba. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was a very good comment.
Let's squeeze. I don't know. Let's squeeze this person.
Yeah, squeeze that person, and then we'll go back to Eddie.
Yeah, hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Casa. I call from another street light in Lower Johnsonville, an outstanding member of the Concerned Everywhere for Justice. Let me see, and I have to teach a life. You know, the first thing our brother need to understand is that 5% of Abraham God-sent William brings is modern government. So to come on the public radio, you are denigrating and go finity. Is that going to work? And see, the issue of the police.
You say 5% of Abraham brings is what?
It's more than the entire government. 5%. Yeah. So that'll get that.
But I gotta go close to ABO.
Oh God.
So you see the way the police director is getting our argument. When the issue of the drugs basically came out the cookies, we articulated to the public that both are the epicenter of the power and bringing the drugs into the country. The very brothers that are calling today, they were active governance. They insulted us, you invented us today. Their own governmental officials are being caught into the work. So what's your argument? These guys are being disgraced. They brought disgrace to the liberal society. So leave the media, go sit down, recalibrate, what called sober reflection. And they are cooking where they carry on. Because it's so much shameful. These guys use drugs as a conduit to counter power.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. My man, that AB Bene, I think the phone and start calling. So We just going to because we want to give him enough time,
Yeah,
15 minutes,
yeah, no problem.
to be able to sum up all the because we didn't even go to other things. I think the drug thing,
yeah. No, so they
catch
one
people,
day, that's the drug thing. You
We'll
can't
do
go anything.
another one in the future.
Yeah, someday, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are very happy, and at these exchanges, and we are prepared for it.
So,
we have
you're one of your fans. Judah is actually trying to call. So let me just hold.
Okay. All
All
right.
hello. Yeah, go ahead.
Is this maybe Mr. Jerome?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to make my contribution concerning the drugs and the way they burn the drugs. I think it was my first time witnessing. I knew that during my Harry Johnson study, they cut the drugs on the ship. But I never watched the drugs that was burned. But I think the way the drugs were burned, the community or whatever it carry, I think is not good. It's not helpful for the environment. So even the drugs that are burned, just remember, because I grew up in Labrador, I saw many ways when children take drugs, they turn it on a doogie. So they take the gasoline, they take the tires, they take the plastic, they put everything together, they burn it. So that drugs that burned, on that ground, it turns to ashes, right? Those kids and others will take that identical ashes, they will go and turn it to another substance that will be passing all around. And you see, they will give different names. I think the best way the government could have done it, they should have taken the drugs. We have a Coast Guard. We have boats, we have ships and things. They could have taken that drugs, carry it, certain part of the sea, and dump it in the sea, because that would be the best way for them to be able to.
Suppose say you kill marine.
Yes, in the sea. Because we have Coast Guard.
So
they could use the boats and things, take the drugs, carry it in the middle of the sea, from certain part of it to certain level, and rest the drugs there. Because once it go in the water, it's finished. But for you to take the drugs and rest it in the community, especially the smoke, the people are in some people is allergic to things. What happened next?
All right.
So my point is, in the drugs is wrong. And secondly, I believe the drugs were fake. It was switched. And I believe those guys.
Do you mean the drugs that was burned?
It was switched.
it was switched. Yeah.
Thank you very much. No, my man. Please don't ask the woman. The one opinion. You heard what AB said. You can't ask the Supreme Court why you did.
They switched the drugs. Because the day they arrested the drugs, they were able to display the drugs in for people to tell all the quantity. Why did they not use that same very time to be able to take the drugs to demolish it? Why it take more than 2 or 3 weeks? So that which they took, it was the which they used to use the same identical thing to switch the drugs. That drugs they were made with flour and they put a little bit inside, and then they came back to show it to the laboratory. They said, "Oh, we burned it." The next thing, all these people that they say that the president fired, they're not fired. They were paid. They accept for them to be able. And at the end of the day, you will see them. They will say they run away from all of jail. So I just want to let the Liberian people know we are not stupid, and our eyes have to open. And they play the breast like drug. They have to go and clean habits. They will take no action and turn it to another.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I think we're not taking any call. Maybe you can't blame the woman.
No,
you can't blame her.
She's blunt and in her opinion.
Yeah. I mean, she think the way she think because of past experience, and I agree with the burning the drop, but to put in the water, it look like would be killing.
You know. But anyway, like we said, the issue about this country is an interesting country.
It is,
and I know how the Unity Party people are desperate to have a person like me on their side. If they can be celebrating the Kanye Bagbala.
I see.
I just want to name people that they are celebrating already. They name Abraham God said we have to just one day and say, today I joined the rescue. Hey, it will be the biggest moment for them ever. In fact, they will think that they finish winning 2029 already.
Is there a possibility?
Where?
I mean, there's no slightest that one day you can join Unity Party.
Look, Unity Party had never disappointed me.
Okay,
they have never surprised me.
We finished your house.
Yeah. Finish my house.
Yeah, give you a.
Why would I even
brand
allow
new-
you to go finish it? Do I really want it to be finished?
So somebody is saying they don't want the LNP.
Yeah.
People still calling while we're talking about no call.
What is it?
So they want to give information, but they kept calling me. I should have called their name.
Okay, go ahead.
If
go
they just
ahead.
send you text or something, but
Yeah,
people will not
that's
know
it.
them by voice.
Yeah, so
The
I
person will
don't
not know by voice. People smart though.
I don't know whether you want. Let me see.
I got a voice. Oh, my man, why would y'all need to use that
Yeah.
voice control? That voice change.
Anyway, getting on. Let's see.
let's
Since the
see.
president just want to
You know,
speak.
it-
Yeah, let's
I'll
listen.
give you extra 5
Yeah,
minutes.
that's
Don't
an
worry.
expert
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
We want an expert opinion on this. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, Jay?
Yeah, so I want to appreciate you guys in the studio there. But this George Saka you're discussing, most of all with Gregory Como. Gregory Como is a good man. I know. Every human being got their own problem. Everybody got their own fault. But the George Saka is from the top. What Gregory Como is saying is not lie. But you know what? Be embarrassing Gregory Como is the political power. Because the president have the power to appoint and have the power to dismiss.
Yeah.
But I tell you no lie. If Gregory a free person, they say, oh, Gregory is free. Like, if you call so person or you arrest some people, they will not dismiss him. Definitely, you will see who are behind the trust bindi. And the other thing you have the escort bindi. When the escort come to the police, they don't just go straight to Gregory Como. Some people request for escort when they go will go to the chief of public safety, he will sign it all 105. So everything about the police escort now, everything Gregory know about it. Yeah, everything Gregory Como is know about in the police. So if got some most of the people, a police car is assigned with them. Sometimes when you get other people there, for example, Brother Gacy got a escort you want for somebody to guest coming you want for me to do escort. When you send the people or when you friend with me, you call me. Because I'm an authority in the police, so
Okay.
I will use that police car and go escort. So all the things I go, I'm not saying Gregory Como is free or he's not
No, that's
free.
a good information. Very
100%,
good. It's good that you are saying this. Yeah, it's good.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
We don't have a lot of time,
Yeah,
so
so-
we appreciate that. They didn't like what you're doing.
Yeah. They will not like it, in
You're
fact.
not.
And the fact of the matter is, you know, every one of them, in fact, what Eugene Fagon said, he said, he want to give me earpiece before I go insult the president.
How you go do that?
I don't know why. Why even they even think in their brains, in their thoughts, processes, that indeed I can insult. No, I don't. I'm an intelligent man. It's just that the descriptions, you don't like it. If I tell you, say Joseph Boaga is frailed, and of course,
Yeah,
he's
he's
weak, he used to
frail.
be a beggar. That is what
But the man said it. The man said you were living in
The man said you're living what they call. I said the man was you to be a beggar. Things were not okay with him. You look at the kind of shirts he used to wear. This man practically was living with Henry Costa. Basically, so that kind of thing. But I give a bugger business. Now, the United Party people, you know, I always told people, something you don't know, don't put yourself inside. Especially you will just be hurting yourself for nothing. You see, one thing about the law, there is no best lawyer. The determination of a best lawyer is determined by the court.
Yeah, how many cases?
Because
you won?
that's why when we go to court, whatever we put before those judges, we call a prayer.
Yes.
The first person we ever pray to, even whether you lawyer, you know that God, he left with him to answer
Or not to. Or reject it. Or accept.
So every lawyer, whatever you carry, the judge will say, what is your prayer? You pray in the judge, you pray in the court.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that perfect lawyer, whatever it is, my opinions or whatever, that's my opinion. If it aligns with the judge view or whatever it is, he will say, yes, Abraham William, XYZ, did XYZ. It mean that because Gazin Jeremiah said, well, in a case and he pushed his idea and the judge didn't take it, it doesn't mean that his idea was not right.
Oh, he was not a good lawyer.
No.
But it ain't
By
allowed
the way,
the
there
judge.
are people thinking. So I leave that one. So we heard a lot of things people said. And let me just dwell on those people in the Unity Party. Because we need to appeal to their consciences. Because it's about our country. I was one person. The Chala Musu case. I led a protest sponsored by my friend and brother Gilead Togman, Michael Gaiman. We led a protest against the CDC government when the Justice Ministry was not proceeding right there as it relates to the late Chala Musu case.
Right.
I led our protest. We frowned at the very government. When His Excellency Ambassador George Manneh Weah, the 25th President of the Republic of Liberia, in his party movement decided to even appoint or nominate, the former Justice Minister, Frank Musa Din, as an associate, what they call, we blasted. We have not been sycophants in our works.
He was in linked up.
Yeah, he was in linked up, but there's that. I also told you about Porter Westminster when the road situations were here, Harlem, bastard her. We are not sycophants. We speak to the issues exactly. That's what posterity will always got. You see, I always like for people to say, oh, AB, how you used to talk like that, you're not talking like this now. Everything we ever say here, thank God, is on social media. You can grab Lapa and bring it and say, AB, they turned 100 million king. This is how you were talking. How come you're not talking like this today? No. We are saying it the way we see it, and we believe that the way this government is proceeding is not how the CDC proceeded with the 100 million case. In fact, CDC, at the branding of that, can you imagine huge quantity of cocaine? We're talking about the previous drug that I was talking about on the CDC. The international partners, they send their security personnel along to have brand new drugs. They wanted to see it burn. This day, see whether international partners are associated with that. Something feature is going on, like the madam said. Something feature is going on with this whole thing.
Officers were dancing.
And wonder why it is.
What about dancing about burning drugs?
This is a problem that we have. Now, we have some of the, I know the guy was going to talk about Gregory, but some of the suspicion that's around this whole thing is that this drug issue is a network. There's a former DEA personnel, a high-ranking member, who said, AB, when the drug cartel come in, especially with the kind of cocaine thing they're talking about, they get tax and responsibility that each person will play. For you to host it in your country, in fact, the lowest, according to him, that they will get internationally is 25% for every operation. So if you will take the drug from here, only to carry in Blaze FN compound, just put it there at your own job. The moment it hits there, straight your money gets to you. The next person,
your tax is over.
Your tax is over. The next person will come for it. So when Gregory was talking about Zion again as university ball, who can just see good? No, it's the network. That's his own responsibility. You get the drug, put your name on it, ask the consignor, send it. The moment it leaves Liberia, Zion gets his pack finished because he was able to manage it. He was able to manage it. He get his cut. There is nothing later that you do in the drug area that you don't get money.
My brother, people are not stupid.
Even the driver who's carrying because the people believe that the money you carry, the vehicle itself.
You just pick up the drugs
and
drop it to section A.
The moment you carry it straight, contract is done.
Yeah,
you get your share.
Money, you gone.
Because their issue is, in the drug cartel region, they don't owe each other. You don't have to owe anybody. You gave money that hand, I know they say bag that ground.
Yeah, bag that ground.
Yeah, money that hand, bag that ground. That's how it is. That's how they operate. Nobody owes anybody because they don't want to issue about you owing me in debt there. You know what? No. Once we finish, we'll close the chapter. You are done. You go by your business. The next consignment I get it, I call you again. Are you available? Because I can use someone else.
But because owing them creates a situation where somebody will disclose the information because they are dissatisfied.
That's why they don't want to owe you.
If they say you get 500,000, move the drug from point A to point B.
Simple.
$500 is available.
Simple.
You move it, you're gone.
You're gone.
You're done.
That chapter closes. That's why it is. So when Greg was describing this kind of key person whose name is on consignment, and say that, yeah, boy, we just there collecting money around, there carrying. No, it's not.
Your name on the drug consignment? Yeah. You're in millions.
You're in millions. That ball. And there are some things that are coming up. And I was just looking at it when people talk. Look, this is what I have problem with the Unity Party people. When bad things happen, such as the drug, they look for CDC and tie the CDC to it. When good things are happening that the Unity Party inherited, such as the overhead pass, such as auditing and get ready to say CDC not part of it. CDC not know nothing about it. The Japan Freeway project that they want to go launch, they didn't mention CDC. CDC not part of it. But that day that Joseph Boakai was launching, of course, breaking ground for the Japan Freeway expansion to town.
Yeah.
If they were to find drug there that day, Joseph Boakai never going to say that the CDC people brought in people here for which they road extension. Why all negative things that's happening on your watch created by you? You have to look for CDC to tie CDC to it. But good things happening that you knew nothing about happening, you will never mention CDC. That's bad. That's bad. We can't continue like this. The Unity Party continues to exhibit, I don't know, like you said, I think we said it on set, and of course in our pre-chat before coming on, that the Unity Party was never prepared for leadership. They were never. They were ill prepared. So it's the ill preparedness that they are carrying on now. So as a result, when you are ill prepared, the moment you get that opportunity, you just jump and collect and just put people, just collection of people all over the place, and just say, look, this is it. The same thing, CDC was not prepared to lose the presidency. It was like a crash landing for the CDC. They did not expect it. The scene where the Unity Party did not expect to win is the scene where the CDC did not expect to win.
But you see how they formed away with the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning.
They didn't know what to do.
They didn't even know what to do.
Inauguration, all messy,
everything else, you could sense it. So this drug thing came as a perfect opportunity and test of moment for the Unity Party. They didn't win it, they lose it bigly. And they cannot recover from it. What Greg said, like I said, and I'm still repeating it, when Greg was losing his cool and started saying that people who were high-ranking, the president was under obligation to run ahead. But that is not enough.
Maybe Greg accused the president without knowing he accused the president.
Very good.
If you say at the very top of this government, when you say at the very top
of this government, who's the most top?
Who is the very top
most
of this
top
government?
of
He
this
accused the
government is the
president without
presidency.
knowing. Yes.
The presidency.
He accused the president.
Most top. We run an imperial presidential state. In fact, though the legislature is the first branch of government, but the most superior branch of government in this country is the executive. Though the legislature is the first branch. So if Gregory is in the top level of this government,
the very top of the
presidency is the most top level of the government. So if you say people are involved there, then you'll be thinking about Jojo there, whatever it is. But he has not earned it.
Or even the vice president.
The vice president, you could be even mentioning the vice president. Because you talk about most top. So I just think, we are all in this country and we have tried our best to educate our people and we'll continue to do it. I don't owe it to the Unity Party to talk good thing about them. The only thing I owe to the Unity Party is if I would talk any bad thing about me, it must be true. I only owe them sincerity. That's the only thing I owe them. You like it? I owe them anything to talk good thing about them. No. The only thing I owe them is any bad thing I will talk about them.
So you're not playing devil advocate one day, sir?
No. Any bad thing I will talk about them, it must just be true. I owe them sincerity. And
you are guaranteed that you talk bad thing.
But it must be true. I can't time for them. Whatever they want to go and say, whatever it is. Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I owe them. So let them go and be passing around. And the whole thing about they will still be hurt, but they will still come and be listening to me. So whatever they want to say, anything that their business, that's what I owe them. I don't have a problem with them. But I know that I'm not a bad guy for the Unity Party people. Because there are people they are welcome into their camps who are quite terrible. But they're celebrating them today. If you can celebrate with Prophet Key, then you say Abraham Weir is bad. Then there's some people there.
You celebrate
you celebrate you get called by Unity Party. Then you say Abraham Weir bad. There's some people there. That kind of thing. Those kind of people will tell me and say, yeah, really bad for
CDC spokesman, Kanyo Bala.
Yeah.
It's now the eye of an apple.
Man, who you were causing all over the place, say he was corrupt. T5. Yeah. You say he was rogue. You celebrating him now today.
T5.
Yeah, you call him Thief. THIEF 5. If you can celebrate it today, then you say Abraham Weir bad. That I gonna put them out serious. I never take them serious. I never take them serious.
All right.
Yeah.
AB, I know. You got too much there to come. The best 5% of your brain is incorporated.
And so now I can educate them. I can help them. No, the Unity Party folks, they listen to me. And I know for sure they listen to me. And the fact of the matter is, even their president, from the onset of the government,
they say you will not listen to radio this time.
Sure, not this time.
Minister to me say, we're not letting you listen to radio. You're not watch TV. You're not read newspaper.
From the onset of his government, he used to like listening to me. Yeah. He used to let him say, that time he is further out. So you were looking for somebody to listen to, so you were listening to me and say, stand on holding, you're angry on that side. But when I started dealing with him, so kind of way, and say, Abraham, you can be talking all kind of things and be costing me all over the place. So I don't even go there again. That's why he told the poor. So I just left all of that thing there. But again, we are here. The Abraham Weir is somebody you want. You like people like us.
They need to negotiate.
They need to negotiate.
but the way you now even say you can play devil.
The place I was saying, let me tell you something. They have Zoom. So when I was with Freedom FM, I believe that the layer to reach me, yes, it could be possible because I had the CEO in same sign.
Yeah.
But now my CEO that George we are. So for you to even negotiate with me, my CEO might agree. So go to my CEO.
All right, gentlemen. Look at Melo. This is a very great interview. Our whole week, I think this is more exciting here, and we want to say thank you very much for coming.
Welcome.
We appreciate that. We hope next time we can fix
No,
another
sure,
one,
definitely, always.
and then we'll do that. All right, guys. Thank you very much. And this is Gibson Jeru. I'm leaving you in the hand of Achi Say Bobby in it. Thank you very much, and goodbye for me.
So, and of course, the rant